Right, hello everyone. So I am Jhunmar Hidalgo and I will be your resource speaker for today. And I thank you everyone for coming into our webinar for this morning. So our topic for this morning is branding. That's unique selling proposition and how we meant to be different. Have a business. All right. So we are also live with Limitless, our coach's YouTube channel and Facebook page. And there will be also a question and answer portion at the end part of this session. Don't also forget that we will be also having a photo op in Zoom, right? After the session ends. And before anything else, I would like to shout out all of the St. Paul II College of Davao students are Alberto Cotamora. And also for the participants, they interact using the chat box, while attendees in the YouTube and Facebook page can interact in the live chat and comment section. All right, so let's start our webinar. Let me share to you my presentation. We're going to talk about branding and unique selling proposition. So, what is this unique selling proposition that we're actually talking about? So, this is about how you're going to make your business, your brand, your product or your service as unique as possible or as different as possible from your other competitors. So we're going to talk about that one and we're going to expand our knowledge on how we are going to do our marketing as effectively as we can so that we are going to be different from our competitors. Right. So go to the next slide. So this is brand unique selling proposition. So a lot of people are actually hearing about the word branding, and this is actually really essential if you are starting a business, or if you have a business of your, you want it to be your market or your customers is different as possible from other competitors, so that you are not going to selling from this. So what go to the next slide of our presentation, or our webinar presentation for the unique branding propositions. How going to make business or brand and about our how we are as we can. Seems like, let me just fix this one. Wait a minute.
All right, so I guess we're back to right. We do apologize for the technical difficulties that we had. So since we're live, that's not inevitable. So, all right, so let's continue to our webinar. And as mentioned, we are talking about branding, and this is branding. So we are talking about how to be different and how to be unique in our business, right? So let's have this one here. Okay, so in branding or in unique selling proposition, we wanted to be different, right? So we wanted to be unique as possible. So if everyone or if all of your competitors were circle, you need to be the star in the market. So in order for you to be the star in the market, or in order for you to be a little bit different from your competitors, you wanted to make sure that your brand personality or brand identity has been established. Oftentimes, people or CEOs, entrepreneurs, business owners misinterpret about not establishing their personality or identity for their business. So this is really actually very important in business, or if you are one who is doing business. So you wanted your personality or identity be a little bit different from your competitors. All right. So next is to streamline the problems that your product can solve. So we are not going to force our customers or our market into buying our products. We wanted them to understand what our products can solve and how our products can solve their problem, right? So that's the main point there in being different. We don't want to showcase our product alone, but we wanted them to understand that our product can solve their um, problems or the problems that they have in life. That's why we are offering this product. Next is to be trendy and get in touch with the customers that we have. So the main thing also, one of the main thing also in making sure that you are unique or you are different from your competitors is to get in touch with your customers. Your customers are the number one source of the main thing that you can use to improve your product, your services, and your brand as well. Right. So next is to streamline facts about your products. Right. So this is also one of the important thing that we wanted to make sure to have in our business. If you wanted to be unique or if your goal is to become different, we wanted to streamline facts about your product. So you are not just going to show your product to the customers or your market. We wanted to make sure that they know the facts about your product. They know everything about your product, and they understand well what your product can do to help them resolve their problems. Right. So next, let's go to the next slide of our presentation. So this is the structure of the unique selling proposition. So on the left side of your screen is what your customer wants, and on the right side of your screen is what your businesses do well. And at the center, there's a star, and that's the space there where your where everything meets. So that's what your customer wants and what your business do well. So you wanted to make sure that whatever your customer wants, you are going to give it to your customer. You are able to give them the benefit of your product. All right. So next slide. All right. So your USP plays to your strengths and should be based on what makes your brand or product uniquely valuable to your customers. Being unique is a rarely strong USP in itself. You have to be different around some aspects your target audience cares about. Otherwise, your messaging won't be nearly as effective. So, having to be unique alone is not really good itself. So you wanted to make sure na kapag if you wanted to make sure that you wanted to be different from your competitor, you wanted to make sure that you have all of the aspects that the unique selling proposition have, not just by giving the message alone of your brand, but also you want it to be neat and effective in the eyes of your competitors and your customers as well. So let's go to the next slide. So that is the USP. And a compelling USP should be assertive but defensible, focused on what your customers value, and it's just more than a slogan. So if you wanted to make sure that you have the edge of being different and being unique, if you wanted to be patronized by a lot of customers, you wanted to be assertive, but okay, there's a but there, defensible. So you wanted to be assertive but defensible, focus on what your customers value. So you think of what your customer really wants, what your customer value, and what they are really looking for from a product. And of course, in business wise or brand wise, this is just more than a slogan. So it's just more than the message that you wanted to portray or you wanted to perceive by your customers. Okay, so let's go to the next slide and let's tackle more about assertive but defensible. So a compelling USB should be, first one is assertive but defensible. So a specific position that forces you to make a case against competing products is more memorable than a generic stance, like we sell high quality products. So a lot of companies, a lot of brands, a lot of services or businesses were actually saying we sell high quality products like that. Those are just generic stands. Although it's part of saying that you are unique and you are having unique selling proposition, but then again, um, being or using those generic stands or words are just not enough to say that you are unique or effective. Okay, so you don't want to be forceful in selling your products. First is, of course, we wanted to be assertive. We wanted them to perceive that we are confident about our product, but we want to be, we want to avoid being forceful to our customers to buy our products. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so here it is. Your brand should have a confident personality but not so forceful of what it's trying to convey to its customer. So as what I said earlier, you don't want to sound forceful but rather be confident of what your product have. Okay, so we have two examples here. Okay, so that's the gray one is your competitor and the brown guy is you, the brown shirt. Okay, so for your competitor, they may say, buy soap A guaranteed to whiten your skin in 7 days. Made by us, made for you. So although it sounds really good, but it's nothing more unique than saying, give your skin some extra care, loaded with 13 skin nourishing nutrients. Soap B rejuvenates the skin you are in. All right, so the difference between these two, between the competitor and you, is that the competitor or the first guy on the picture shows that they are being more assertive than ever. It's being more forceful. to make you buy your product. So it's saying it's guaranteed to whiten your skin in 7 days. So come to think of this, if what if you are not going to be able to provide, the whitening in 7 days of the skin, so that's gonna be less of your loyal customer. Your customers might doubt you because in 7 days they are not able to see any difference in their skin, or in 7 days there's no effect at all of this soap, unless if you're going to say give your skin some extra care, loaded with 13 skin nourishing nutrients, soap be rejuvenates the skin you are in. So you are giving the fact that your product have 13 skin nutrients, so it's loaded with 13 skin nutrients and it rejuvenates your skin, meaning your product or your soap does not only whiten the skin, but it nourishes your skin, and it provides a lot of vitamins for your skin in the first place. So that's how you're going to be different from your competitor. Be assertive, but not be forceful. You just try to sound confident, give the facts to your customers, tell them what your product have, and be honest to your customers. Okay, so next slide. Let's go to the second purpose. Okay, so a compelling USP should be focused on what your customer value. All right, so this is very important also. Okay, now take a look at this one. Focus on what your customers value. So a lot of customers are actually looking for good products. They have a lot of options to choose from in the first place. Okay, so if okay, let's have the example that we have soap. Okay, let's have soap as an example. In the industry of making soap, there are a lot of options for buyers like us to choose from. Okay, we can buy a lot of soap from different suppliers or different brands who promise us for different effects of their soap. So the word unique won't count for much if it's not something your target customers truly care about. So even though you are unique, even though you are unique, even though you are different from your customers, but if they are not truly interested with what you have, if that is not what they are valuing, or if that's not what they are looking, then it's not going to be as effective as it can be. So if you say your customer value a soap that is good for whitening, all right? So if they're looking for a soap that is for whitening, then and you are selling a soap that is for skin germ protection, then your customer won't value more about your product because it's not whitening soap. They are looking for a whitening soap, and your product only kills bacteria or germ. So that is, the barrier there of being unique. So if you are not going to consider what your customers value, then your unique selling proposition will not be as effective as it can be. All right, so let's go to the next slide. Let's take a look at this one. All right. So here is an example. So if your customer says, I want a soap that makes my skin whiter, right? And your competitor would say, our soap contains glutathione that whitens your skin in 7 days. So take note that your customer promised your skin to or their customers skin to be white or brighter in just 7 days, but that's it. That's the only effect that it can provide as far as the marketing message is telling. Okay, so let's take a look at your side. If you wanted to be unique, you would say our soap contains healthy nutrients suitable for any types of skin that will nourish your skin, making it whiter and brighter. All right, so apart from whiting I mean apart from making your skin whiter and brighter, take note that you mentioned that your soap contains healthy nutrients. that is suitable for any types of skin. So that will give confidence to your customer that, oh, you know what? Aside from making my skin whiter, I wanted also to take care of my skin. I wanted my skin to be whiter, brighter, and as healthy as possible. So this soap that contains healthy nutrients is more effective than what I'm actually looking for than your competitor. Okay, so because your competitor is only offering whitening soap or a glutathione that whitens your skin in 7 days, but your soap here, okay, compared to your competitor, contains healthy nutrients suitable for any types of skin that will nourish their skin, making it whiter and brighter. So you hit the mark there. You hit the mark. You were able to offer the whitening soap plus, okay, you're making it unique because you are providing more healthy nutrients to your soap, which is going to make your customer enticingly want to your product because of the additional benefit that you are offering to your customer aside from making their skin white, but making their skin healthy as possible as it can be. All right, so that's number two for the unique selling proposition. Now let's go to the number three, the third unique selling proposition composition. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right, so a unique selling proposition is just, more than a slogan. So while a slogan is one way your USP can be communicated, it's also something that you can embody in the other areas of your business, from your return policy to your supply chain. You should be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. All right, so a lot of businesses were actually considering to have a very unique slogan, a very unique message for their business or their brand, but they are not really giving much value to what they are providing. So it's just more than a slogan. If you wanted to be unique, if you wanted to be different, you have to talk the talk and walk the walk. So if you are saying or if you are promising something through your slogan or your marketing slogan, then you need to provide it. You need to provide it to your customers. Don't just tell that you provide this one and then later on your customer will not be satisfied because it's not really what they are expecting to have. So you need to make sure that you talk the talk and walk the walk. Okay, so always remember that being unique is just more than a slogan. If you wanted your business to be perceived in a way that it's positive, it's exciting, it have a good personality, then you wanted to your slogan to be unique, but you wanted your slogan to be honest as possible. So you wanted to um, have your business um, more professional than ever, and you wanted to be honest to your customer as well. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the business on the next slide, some of the business that we have here to make sure that we understand well that this is unique selling proposition is just more than a slogan. So every one of us knows well what FedEx is. So FedEx Corporation. So let's take a look at their slogan. So this is their slogan: when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. So that's their slogan. So they live up with it, okay? Although some may say they are not, but they're actually, almost 90% living up with their slogan. So when we understand their slogan, they say we when absolutely positively has to be there overnight. So they're promising that their service is fast and their service is as good as ever. It's absolutely fast, and it they say that it will be there overnight, so it implies being fast on their services. So that what makes them famous, because they are promising that their business is faster than the other companies or than the other competitors that they have. Now take a look at M&M's. This is the actually my favorite, tagline or slogan for a business. So this is a good example. M&M's is saying here that the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hands. So take a look at that one. It's a good slogan, and they are living up with it. So the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. So to tell you a history of M&M's, the owner of this one is actually a chocolate lover, and he, the owner actually realized that if you are going to hold the chocolate, it melts in your hand, which is going to cause mess in, which causes mess in his hands, and he doesn't like it. And as time goes by, he realized that a lot of people actually hates having, having chocolate or a messy hand caused by chocolate on their hand. They wanted to eat the chocolate. He wanted to eat the chocolate as clean as possible. So that's why he come up with an idea of putting a shell on a chocolate that is going to protect the chocolate from melting in the hand, because our hand, our palm, emits heat, and when you hold the chocolate on it, then it will melt. But with his idea that he made a shell and he coated the chocolate with a shell, then it's a very unique move that made him or the M&M renowned brand because of this particular slogan or this advantage or uniqueness that they have. Right. So next, let's go to the next slide. On this next slide, we have some local brands that we are going to discuss here. So every one of us knows what Banco de Oro is. So it's a bank, financial institution that offers, a lot of deals about, protecting your monies. And they have a slogan or a message, marketing message that says, "We find ways." So it's really simple, but we are, if you are going to hear that word coming from them, we feel assured that whatever we want, whatever we need to do with them, or whatever business we have with them, if there's going to be a problem, there's always going to be a way, and they are going to find a way, and that's their promise. Okay, that's the uniqueness that they have there. Okay, that's the unique selling proposition of the BDO or the Banca de Oro, because they are offering, different ways, and they will surely find ways to resolve your problem about your money, about your transactions with them, or any transaction that involves them. Right. So next is the Metro Bank. Right. So Metro Bank. So their slogan is "You're in good hands," and if you can see it, it's part of their logo. So um, this is one also of the good thing about Metro Bank, because they already said that you're in good hands, which means that they are assuring their customers, they are assuring their clients that if you are going to bank with us, you are going to be in good hands. Your money is safe with us. Your transaction is going to be as smooth as possible. So that is the assurance that the Metro Bank is actually giving to their customer, and that is the unique selling proposition there, because there's no other bank that promise that they are in good hands. Like the BDO, they only say that we find ways. So whatever the transaction is that you have with BDO, if there's going to be a problem in the course of the transaction, then they are going to find ways for it. And while in Metro Bank, they promise that you're in good hands. It's one way of saying that whatever you're going to do with your money with us is going to be safe. It's going to be safe, and we're going to take care of you and your money. Okay, so that's the promise or the unique selling proposition of Metro Bank there, right? So there's only that's the examples that I can give you for the unique selling proposition of more than just a slogan. So again, unique selling proposition is more than just a slogan. If you have a slogan for your business, Try to live up with it. Again, talk the talk and walk the walk. So you just not going to say that, hey, we provide this one, but then again, you lack the providence of your business. So you are not going to your customer when they try your service, when they try your product, they are not going to be satisfied because you promised in the first place in your slogan that you are going to provide this. But apparently, when they tried your product or your services, they were not able to see any of it, or they were not able to feel any of it. So that's bad thing there. Okay, so next, okay, let's go to our next slide. Okay, the proposition must be, okay, just they take this one as a reminder. Okay, the proposition must be one the competition cannot or does not offer. It must be unique, either in the brand or in a claim the rest of the particular advertising area does not make. You may add phrases such as lowest cost, the highest quality, the first ever, recommended by, approved by, to make sure that USP is even stronger. So a lot of companies are actually using these phrases to make sure that they are unique from any other competitors that they have. So you may use lowest cost or the highest quality, or as we can always hear from advertisement, recommended by dentist, the first ever soap that we have in the world, or the first ever in the Philippines, like that. So that's one way of making sure that you have a strong, unique selling proposition. But always remember also that you need to talk the talk and walk the walk. Provide the facts so that your customers will believe in you, and be honest about your product. So you're going to make sure that your product is enticing when they heard about it. You wanted to make sure that your product is, having a positive impact to the customers that you have. Okay, so again, also take into your mind that in unique selling proposition, always place first what your product can solve, or what problem among your customers your product can solve or your services can solve, rather than saying that you have this particular product. Okay, because eventually if you're going to say that, hey, my product can solve your problem, okay, if you are going to have that mindset, your customers will come to you intentionally, and you will not just notice that a lot of customers are actually being loyal to you because you are in the first place solving the problem that they have, and that's why they will love your brand, your services, or your product. All right, so that's it for our branding unique selling proposition presentation, and how to be different and unique in the business industry. And that is for marketing. All right. So before we continue with our question and answer portion, I invite everyone to be participative in our question and answer portion. We're going to entertain at least five questions there. Before we continue with our question and answer portion, let me remind you that we will also have our social media opportunities in 2021 on March 5, 2021, and branding unique selling propositions, the continuation of this one in March 15, 2021. So those are the upcoming webinars that we will have in the Limitless Power Coaching. Visit the Limitless Power Coaching page if you wanted to browse more of our trainings or webinars. All right, so I'm inviting everyone to throw some questions about our webinar, our topic for today. Right? Okay, I'm inviting everyone to ask some question regarding our topic so we can entertain your question. There's only going to be 5 questions that's going to be entertained here. So, ask some question regarding our topic so we can entertain your question. There's only going to be 5 questions going to be entertained. Okay, do you have further questions with regards to our webinar for today? Again, for the full course of our webinar, there will be a social media opportunities in 2021, March 5, 2021, and another on the March 15, 2021. That's branding unique selling propositions full course. So we are going to wait for you there. We have sent to you the registration link if you wanted to register for our upcoming webinars. Also, for the other webinars that we have in the Limitless Power Coach, you can visit the page of the Facebook page of the Limitless Power Coach, and you also can subscribe to their YouTube channel, it's Limitless Power Coaching. Okay, seems like there is no question with regards to our webinar. Right, so okay, so since there is no question with regards to our webinar, so don't leave yet the Zoom. We will be having our photo up. Please turn on your cameras so we can have a picture for a short while. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's proceed to our photo op. Please turn on your cameras so we can take a picture. Smile. All right. Thank you so much for all the participants of this webinar. Unique branding selling proposition. So if you wanted to know more about our webinars, please visit the Facebook page of Limitless Power Coach. Thank you so much, everyone. You have a great day.